Hello my dear friends and welcome back to another video. So today we have some very unexpected news. According to Star Wars Newsnet, Lucasfilm are developing a canon Old Republic movie that is set to release in 2023, and as a result Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, which was meant to release in that year, is going to be delayed. This all began yesterday when Big Screen Leaks reported that a new untitled Star Wars movie is beginning production next year. They made it clear that it's not going to be Rogue Squadron, nor is it going to be one of the other two films, one which is set to be produced by Kevin Feige and the other one by Taika Waititi. Instead, my dear friends, this is an unannounced project which we might find out more details for next Friday during Disney Plus Day. In other words, it's an announcement waiting to happen. But then, a few hours later, Star Wars Newsnet chimed in by stating that they've heard this movie is going to be set during the Old Republic era. It's pretty clear from fan reception after all these years just how popular KOTOR and SWTOR were, and so Lucasfilm, in light of the upcoming KOTOR remake, also want to create an Old Republic movie. So let's dive into the article and see what they had to say. Hold on to your bogas, my dear Mandalorians, because there is a lot of juicy info, including why Lucasfilm, in light of the sequel trilogy, want to take their time to create Rogue Squadron. So here we go. Rumour: Lucasfilm developing an Old Republic movie for 2023 as Rogue Squadron could move to 2024. A new rumour has suggested that Lucasfilm is moving ahead quickly on a movie for 2023, but it's not Rogue Squadron. It's apparently a different film tied to the Old Republic era. Earlier today, our pal Big Screen Leaks posted on Twitter a curious rumour that a new and not yet revealed Star Wars film is planning to shoot next year. It is not tied to any of the reported film projects announced by Lucasfilm or the trades. And here is the tweet from Big Screen Leaks. There is a Star Wars film planning to shoot next year. It's not Taika's film, Feige's film, or Rogue Squadron. They go on to say, we reached out to the source for clarification on this interesting story, and we've learned that while Lucasfilm is moving full steam ahead on Rogue Squadron, they're taking their time to make sure that the screenplay is just right before filming begins. The script in question, written by Matthew Robinson, has itself received a major rewrite since it was first announced, and Jenkins herself is keeping busy with her work on a third Wonder Woman. They then go on to say how Lucasfilm wanted to change things from how they were doing it during the sequel era. So they say the people at Lucasfilm wanted a hiatus from annual film releases in order to be able to ensure that each project they work on has the right amount of time in development. And they want to make sure that they don't have to rush things to make specific deadlines. Because of this, they are currently contemplating and are very close to pushing Rogue Squadron to some point in 2024, which basically means it's being pushed back a year. However, the current December 22nd, 2023 release date is still set to be filled by a new Star Wars project. We also must remember that Ahsoka, the Acolyte, and Lando are also rumoured for 2023, but the December 22nd slot is not going to be for a series, but rather a new Star Wars movie. It was meant to be Rogue Squadron, but as this article points out, it may no longer be the case. It seems like Lucasfilm have learned their lesson from the last few years, that you cannot rush a Star Wars movie, and I would much rather wait an extra year if it means that the movie is going to be better planned and extra care is taken in the writing process, and of course in the screenplay. So there you have it, my dear friends, and I caution you to take this information with a grain of salt. Things change all the time when projects are in the early stages, and we're probably going to get more concrete information next Friday. Now, I will say that some fans are unconvinced of this rumour, and they believe that the upcoming Star Wars movie is not going to be an Old Republic one, but rather the first installment of Rian Johnson's trilogy, the one that never seems to happen, and the one that's supposedly been on hold for 5 years. Now, I'm fully aware of just how loved Rian Johnson is in the Star Wars fan community. Don't worry, I'm being sarcastic, but on a serious note, this upcoming Untitled movie is anyone's guess, especially without an official announcement. So as I say, take this rumour with a grain of salt, but also know that Big Screen Leaks, as well as Star Wars Newsnet, are very reliable. The only reason that so many people are making the assumption that it could be a Rian Johnson film is that he did say in an interview earlier this year with Sarai Wilson that he will be making a start to his Star Wars trilogy at some stage, and who knows, maybe the day has come. Probably not, I wouldn't count on it. And of course, another possibility is that the upcoming Star Wars movie, which still is untitled, is a Mandalorian spin-off. In other words, a culmination of all of the Mando shows, the Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian Season 3, Ahsoka, and Rangers, in an Endgame style movie. But as I say, no information is known, and the only thing all of these outlets have in common is that there is going to be an upcoming movie that's not been announced. Whether it's Rian Johnson's trilogy, an upcoming Old Republic Republic movie, a Mandalorian spin-off film, or something completely different altogether is still yet to be announced officially. So finally, my dear friends, we're going to be talking about Ahsoka and Thrawn. I will be releasing a video tomorrow which expands upon my thoughts on Thrawn and Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, and much more to do with the Mandalorian universe. But before then, I want to speak about this theory, and it isn't too far-fetched. It basically explains how Ahsoka could replace the role of Luke Skywalker in Thrawn's Star Wars story. Now, we know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are very keen on expanding Ahsoka's story, and she's going to be far more important going forward, not just in her own spin-off show, but also for the Mandalorian universe, and also for what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are setting up more broadly. It's why they're bringing Hayden Christensen into the Ahsoka series, and also why we might see some more familiar faces that play into Ahsoka's story. So let's dive straight into this theory. As we suspected for a long time, the Star Wars Disney Plus shows might be building towards a new version of the Timothy Zahn trilogy, the original one of the expanded universe, which we simply call the Thrawn trilogy. But what if Ahsoka Tano is going to play the role that Luke played in that trilogy? While Luke Skywalker remains arguably the main hero of the Star Wars original trilogy, and while he remains very important in the Mandalorian timeline, he's a drastically different character in canon compared to Legends. Luke's involvement in the New Republic and general galactic affairs outside of the rebuilding of the Jedi Order is going to affect his participation in a new Thrawn storyline. Ahsoka, on the other hand, is in a much better position to take his place as the arc's main Jedi hero, since it's her mission to find Thrawn, and as a result, her old Jedi friend Ezra Bridger. As we know, Grand Admiral Thrawn's last appearance in canon was in the series finale of Star Wars Rebels, when both he and Ezra Bridger were sent careening through hyperspace into the unknown regions. Now that it's Ahsoka's main goal to find Thrawn and her friend, inadvertently she is going to be the main hero of the story, a similar role that Luke had in Legends in the original Zahn trilogy, but this time it's Ahsoka's turn. What I think is that there are going to be multiple heroes with Ahsoka, Luke, Grogu, and Mando, but because Ahsoka Tano has made it her primary goal to find Thrawn, she is going to be the center of attention for Thrawn's story going forward. Now, there's so much more I want to say about this, especially involving the Grisk, which could be the main villains of the story, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow's video, so look out for that because I will be expanding upon this. But what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that Ahsoka's story is going to be huge, and her role cannot be understated. I'm super excited for all of this coming up, and if we're lucky, we might get an Ahsoka cast announcement very soon. But otherwise, my dear Mandalorians, that brings us to the end of this news update. I want to hear all of your thoughts of today's video in the comments down below. What do you make about this upcoming Star Wars movie, which we know nothing about? What role do you think Ahsoka is going to play going forward in the Mandalorian universe? And how significant do you think she's going to be? As I say, look out for tomorrow's video. I think you're all going to very much enjoy it, and it connects to the Book of Boba Fett. As always, my dear friends, if you enjoyed this one, you know what to do. Give me a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and a massive welcome if you are. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. May the Force be with you. Have a good one.